Hello everybody. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the three biggest investment apps and why I think each of them is better for different individuals based on their wants and needs. So first off, we've got Stash, and then we have Robinhood, and then last and maybe least, we have Acorns. And Acorns is best in the way that it is good for passive investing. So if you're looking to passively invest and throw some money onto an app and not really have to worry about it and watch it grow, almost like a high yield savings account, Acorns is definitely the app for you. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So on Acorns, you pick between 5 different portfolios that you want to follow. And this is the example of the most aggressive portfolio. So you can see that there's a lot of real estate, a lot of small companies that you're investing in, those small market cap companies, and then only a little bit of government bonds. And then here is the most conservative portfolio you can invest in Acorns, where you invest in a lot of corporate and government bonds. And Acorns is definitely good for this passive type of investing. You don't really have to worry much about your money increasing over time. It's definitely going to have some dips, but they're going to take care of you. But you can't choose which ETFs and stocks you want to invest in. They're going to completely choose that for you. Next up, I'm going to take a look at Stash Invest, and I actually think this is the best investment app for people who want to get involved in the stock market but have absolutely no experience. And that's because they're constantly pushing these learn articles on you. It's actually one of the main tabs on the Stash app, as you can see at the bottom there. And they're constantly pushing these articles on you because they want you to do well. And then on the Stash app, you can only invest in about 200 different companies and ETFs. So you cannot invest in any of the 3,000 or 4,000 companies that are on the stock market, and that's because they want to have you invest in good companies, and they only choose from really big market cap companies mostly. That's not to say that there aren't bad investments on Stash, because there certainly are. And here you can see, you can scroll through all of the different companies and portfolios, whereas on Acorns, you're just choosing the portfolio you want your investments to follow. And then my personal favorite is lastly Robinhood. And I think Acorns is really good for passive investors, and Stash is really good for people who are brand new to the stock market. But overall, I think Robinhood is the best. And the simple reason that I think Robinhood is the best is that you can put a limit price on your stock orders. So if I was only willing to pay $140 for Alibaba, then I could put in a limit price of $140, and then my trade would get executed once Baba went down to $140. And that's something you can't do on Stash, and you certainly can't do on Acorns. And then going beyond that, trades typically go through, when you don't have a limit price on, of course, trades usually go through on Robinhood within 20 minutes, and then on Stash, they can actually take several hours to go through. And then I just wanted to take a quick look at the interface for when you're checking out different stocks. So this is the overview page for Alibaba on Stash. It looks a little bit bland to me. And then here on Yahoo Finance, we have all of the different information and some articles on Alibaba. And this is pretty comparable to Yahoo Finance. And then we also have analyst ratings on Robinhood and a brief description from someone who gave it a buy rating and a brief description of someone who gave it a sell rating, which is absolutely great, and you wouldn't find that on Stash or Acorns either. So to wrap up, I think Stash is the best for investors brand new to the stock market. Acorns is really good for passive investors and obviously people who don't want to get super involved with the stock market and have to check on trades a lot. And then Robinhood is the best overall in my opinion. I actually use Stash and Robinhood. One thing I forgot to mention about Stash is that you can invest in fractional shares. So that's actually one thing it's absolutely great for. I wouldn't invest in a whole share of Google or Amazon, but in Stash I can easily invest in a fractional share. So that's definitely one thing that Stash has up on Robinhood, and that's why I use both investment accounts. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions on Acorn, Stash, or Robinhood, and check out my channel for more content and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.